Well, it's a nice sunny day. I'm in a ferry lineup. This is what I do quite often is I hop on ferries, some big ferries, some small ferries, and travel between the islands where I live and visit people. And today I'm just going off to another island to buy some building materials for my cabin because I found them on Marketplace for cheap. So I got a little bit of cash in my pocket, and since we don't live in a cashless society yet, I can do things like this. But what I want to talk about is a little more serious today. All right, there's a lot of very serious things happening in the world right now, and a lot of people are feeling hopeless, helpless, and people are really spiraling into depression. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are trying not to pay attention to what's going on overseas, or they just want to brush it off and say it's a distraction from whatever other cause they think is more important. And other people literally just put their head in the sand because they understand how dangerous this can get for all of us in every country if this spirals out of control, the Russia-Ukraine situation, and they would rather not think about it. So people like to put themselves in their little comfort zones and stay in their bubbles and focus on other things. Now, what I think is really important right now is that we do not stop living our normal lives. Just like for the last 2 years, nobody should be hiding in their basement with 3 masks on their face and watching CNN and waiting for the government to give them permission to go outside and walk their dog. That's not healthy. And I've been saying that for the last 2 years. The healthiest thing to do is get outside as much as possible, show your smile. But right now, I mean, it's okay to be worried in the back of your mind about things, but to feel hopeless and think, well, you know, if a nuclear war breaks out, nothing I can do about it, so there's no point in worrying about it. That's what a lot of people think. Again, they're just putting themselves back in their little comfort zone there because they don't want to think about it. Well, an asteroid could hit us tomorrow as well. Unless it's something like a planet-killing dinosaur-sized asteroid, though, there's a good chance you can survive. Same thing with nuclear wars. You know, up to 90%, go watch experts on this, up to 90% of people, citizens, who are not at ground zero when nuclear bombs go off, can survive with a little bit of preparation. So just to stick your head in the sand and pretend you can't do anything about it, there's a good chance you're going to die. But people that prepared have a much better chance of survival. So I think it's good to be prepared. And know what to do in these situations, just like you know what to do if an earthquake hit. And the more you have that kind of control over your own life, less you feel helpless and hopeless about things. And right now, governments all around the world, as we know, they want us to be helpless. They want us to feel like that so that we're more dependent on them. Economically, they're bringing out the UBIs, the Universal Basic Incomes. A lot of countries are dabbling with this right now. Right here in Canada, they're trying to pass a bill to bring that in eventually. And then we're going to, you know, don't get me started. We know the economies are going down. And if the economy goes down, more people go bankrupt. Of course, COVID restrictions had a lot to do with that as well. We're going to become more dependent on the government, which is exactly what governments want. It's time to be as self-sufficient as possible. Like I say, always use cash. Buy precious metals, buy gold, buy silver. Start growing your own food if you can. I have a couple friends who want to come over to my property and start gardening. You know, if shit hits the fan, I've got lots of ammo, lots of rifles, and there's thousands of deer on this island. So that's my backup plan for food. But you know what? Doesn't matter where you live, in the middle of a city or on an off-grid property, you can take basic steps to protect yourselves against emergencies of any type. And I think that we need to think long-term, assuming we don't wipe civilization off the face of this earth. Even if cooler heads prevail and the Russia-Ukraine situation, if there's no accidents or no escalations and we get through this, that doesn't mean that we're in the clear. As far as other things go, the next few months, the next few years are going to be really difficult for a lot of people. I'd say for pretty much everyone. And it's prudent right now to start being as self-sufficient and in control of your own lives as possible. Once you start doing that too, you're not gonna worry so much. A lot of YouTubers are complaining that they're losing a lot of views, like people that do entertainment channels or gaming channels and all that. The views are all down this month. Well, of course, there's a big situation going on right now which is occupying a lot of people's attention, which I think we need to pay very close attention to. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't continue to watch funny cat videos on YouTube, or that you should stop uploading funny cat videos on YouTube, because more than ever right now people need to have a little bit of humor. They need a break, and we need to continue living, not in fear, but living. We need to live our lives normally while also being prepared. And I think a lot of people get too caught up in things that are going on, whether it's COVID, whether it's possible nuclear war, or anything really. If you put all your energy into just one thing, it's not good for you mentally or physically, and then you start spiraling down. I just want to say to all of you, you know, we really are, for the first time in 2 years, we really are in all this together. Keep living your life. Don't worry, but be prepared. If you have a bomb shelter, if you have gardens, if you have first aid kits, if you have all these things, that doesn't make you paranoid or living in fear. That makes you smart.